So dropshipping in 2023 is one of the most lucrative online business models to generate your first $1 million online. But for you to be successful with dropshipping, you need to stop using Aliexpress because it's going to get you lots of unhappy customers, chargebacks, refunds, and all your profits are going to go down the drain. Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Camille, known as the Ecom King, and in today's video, I'm going to go in depth on how you can stop using Aliexpress in 2023 and how you can use private suppliers based in Europe, the USA, and even some of them in China. But these guys are going to get you even better shipping times. Instead of your customers waiting 20 to 25 days, now they're going to receive the product within 3 to 15 days. You're not just going to get better shipping times using the methods that I'm going to be teaching you, you're also going to get better quality control on your products so your customers are happy with what they receive, and you're also going to get better communication with your supplier so when things do go wrong, you're going to get a better resolution. Because you've got to understand with dropshipping that your suppliers and your logistics are the most important part of your business, because if you do not have a solid foundations and your supplier is the foundations, you cannot scale your store to $1 million, $5 million. So before you make your first $1 million with dropshipping, make sure you got a solid supplier by watching this video, because I'm going to be teaching you all my methods, and I'm also going to be showing you things that no one else is going to show you, so you get a good quality supplier and you know you can trust them. Now this video is going to be very in-depth, so you need to pay full attention to this video, and you need to grab your notebook and your laptop or go to your computer so you can follow along, so you truly understand what I'm trying to teach you. Now to make your life even easier, I've created a free Google Doc sheet that's going to go over all the step-by-steps, all the links that you need, all the copy and paste templates that you're going to need, and I'm also going to give you a list of over 100 suppliers that I'd recommend that you use that are private suppliers, so you can learn how to properly set up your logistics so you can scale to $1 million. So as you guys can see on the computer screen, I'm inside of the cheat sheet, and you can see the first thing that we need to establish is the best suppliers and methods for beginners that require no minimum order quantity, meaning that you don't need to order in bulk. You can just do one product drop shipping at any given time. Now this method is going to be for European suppliers and USA suppliers. Now what are the pros of using this strategy? Number one, you're going to get better quality products. Number two, better customer service. And number three, better shipping times. Now what are the cons? It can be more expensive if you need to pay a license fee, and products are more expensive and the shipping can be more expensive. Now what is a license fee? Now when I show you the strategy in full, I'll go over it in more detail, but some private suppliers will require you to buy a license off them to be able to sell their products and dropship from them, but it means that you know that they're not trademarked, they've got no patents, and you're legally okay to dropship those products. So step one of this strategy is you want to go over to Google and search for your niche or whatever niche you're thinking of selling in, and then dropshipping supplier. So you can see here, I've gone to Google and typed in tech dropshipping supplier. And if I scroll down, you're going to see different articles giving you advice on which ones you should use. So you can see this article I've just found, it says here, top dropshipping companies for electronics in 2023. Now, if you go back to the cheat sheet, it says here, make sure the articles are new from 2022 to 2023. So basically you want to read when the article was designed, when it was last updated. So you can see this was last updated in 2020. But I'm still going to show it as this hypothetical example. And the reason why is because you want the latest best suppliers. So step three, go through the list and look at the suppliers they recommend and where are they based, what integrations do they have, do they charge an annual fee, and what is their product catalog. So you can see here, if I go back to this article, you can see here it says number one, Dropzone. Dropzone is a supplier headquartered in India, so it tells us where they're located. Now India is not where we want to be. This one here, B&F System, is a dropshipping supplier headquartered in United States. So you can see here, these are based in the country that we're interested in, which is the United States or the EU. Now, this was one of the suppliers that was recommended in the list, and they're based in the United States. And you can see I've gone to the electronics section of their website, and you can see they've got loads of different products that I might want to sell on my dropshipping Shopify store. So you can see there's loads of different products that they've got. They've got over 554 pages worth of electronical products, which is really, really good. Now, if I go into one of the products that I might want to sell, which is this rice cooker, you can see here it gives you the price, the quotations, where it ships from. So you can see here it's going to cost $0 to use their shipping cost, but you can see the estimated delivery time is 3 to 6 days. So I can get this product sent to one of my customers in the US in 3 to 6 days. And remember, the United States is the biggest country when it comes to people that buy things online. That's something that you need to understand. When you use suppliers that are just based in the US, most of them will not send outside of the US, so you do need to bear that in mind. Now, what you want to do is you want to look on their website for two things: their pricing or their licensing agreement, and you want to look at the integration. So by going to the top, you can see integrations. They integrate with Shopify, which is amazing because that's what we use. And that's really important to know what their integrations are like. The next thing is the pricing. So if we click pricing, you can see they've got flexible plans and they've got a 30-day free trial. So you can see here, you're going to want to read all of this because this is really important to read. They've got a free option, but is the free option good enough for us to start drop shipping? And then they've got their business option. You can see annually it's $39.99, quarterly it's $42, but you can see over the year it's going to cost you between $500 and around about $100. And then you can see the enterprise one is $2,000. Now again, you don't need the enterprise one if you're going to use them. You could just need the business one. But this is what I'm trying to say to you. Some of these suppliers are not free. You do need to pay for a license, or if they have got a free option, it's very limited. Now, bearing in mind, guys, that was the first article that I read with a recommended supplier. And you can see here, this was the article that I read, and you can see there's loads of other articles that I can read that are recommending different suppliers. And I'd recommend that you go through loads of different articles till you find one that you're the most happiest with. Now, if you're based in the EU and you're looking for a one-stop shop for a dropshipping supplier, then I'd recommend Big Buy EU. So you can see here, it says your all-in-one e-commerce partner. Now, I'm not affiliated with them. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just showing you everything that I know and I use so I can help you guys out. So they're a dropshipping supplier, wholesale purchaser, and you can see they work with Shopify, eBay, all of the places that we want to be on. And if you scroll down, it shows you here how their dropshipping system works. And you can see here, it says become a dropshipper. Now, the great thing about using something like Big Buy is they're located in EU. They have different warehouses in different parts of EU, like Spain and other places. So if you're selling in Germany, they can send products really quickly into other countries. That way, it's not going to take longer. The quality is going to be better. Sometimes the taxes and the import taxes are going to be better because of that. So that's the really good upside of using something like this. I'm not going to be showing you the whole of Big Buy EU because it's such a massive platform. But if you go to Dropshipping Wholesaler, you're going to find all the information that you're looking for, like integrations, how it all works, the membership fees. And you're also going to see the niches that they've got. All of these are the niches that they sell in as a dropshipper. You can see they're in pretty much every single niche. And if you click on one of the niches, it's going to open up their catalog of products. So you can see the different catalog of products that you can buy from them and you can dropship to your customers. So once you click on one of the products on their catalog, you can find out all the information about that product. So we're looking at the tooth box. Now, this is quite a famous dropshipping product. You can see here it's on Aliexpress as well. It's the exact same product as the one here on Big Buy, but you can see here you get a 2-year guarantee. That's insane. You don't get that with Aliexpress. So that's already a massive upside check to using something like this. You can also see shipping within 24 to 48 hours. And then you can also see like all the measurements, all the descriptions, really good images. And then you can see here, it says use which pack. So you can use B2B, e-commerce or marketplace. Now you're an e-commerce seller, so this is the option that you'd need to go for. So you can see here, these are all the different packages and licenses that they offer. They got 1 month, 6 month and 12 month. Now the one that I'd recommend that most people use is the e-commerce one, and you can activate it. Now, if you scroll down, it's going to tell you which one is designed for you. And you can see here, I've selected dropshipping shop and it will tell you what's included. Now, again, it's not cheap to use, but you're going to get a better quality service. Now, this page on their website is really important to read because if you scroll down, they've got so much information showing you what the differences are between the different packages. And it depends where you are in your dropshipping journey as a beginner, an advanced dropshipper, or even somebody that does really big numbers. You're going to want to read this in full because I don't know where you guys are in your journey. So you're going to want to really look at this and make a decision. And they've got all the frequently asked questions as well, which is really important. Going back to the product catalog section, if you find a product that you're interested in, you can contact them for more information if you're not sure, if they haven't listed anything that you're interested in. Those were the EU and USA methods that you can use to improve your shipping times, your product quality control, and everything else. Now let's go over the Chinese supplier methods. And you're probably thinking, why would I want to now use China? Now, China is great for people that are brand new into the industry because it's a lot cheaper to use and you've got more of a product collection for you to sell. Now, the pros are they have pretty much 80% of AliExpress products. They're cheaper, the product costs are cheaper, and the shipping costs are cheaper, and they are typically free to use, meaning that you don't need to pay a license fee to use them. You just need to pay for the product, and that's all you need to pay for. Because if you look at things like Big Buy and these other private suppliers that you can use as a dropshipper, you could be paying between $300 and $500 potentially every quarter, or even more than that. So those are things you need to take into consideration. So the cons of using Chinese dropshipping suppliers that are private from AliExpress. So this has got nothing nothing to do with AliExpress. These are just private dropshipping suppliers in China. The only downsides are the slower shipping times because they've got to go from China to Europe or the US, and that's a lot bigger of a distance. You've got poor communications because their English are not always the best. Their transparency is sometimes not the best because I feel like sometimes they don't tell you everything because they want to make more money. And sometimes the products can be trademarked or patented and they won't tell you because they're ripping it off. So these are things that you need to take into consideration. So before I recommend some Chinese private suppliers to you guys I'd recommend using, you must ask every single one of them these questions because this is going to help you understand if they're the right one for you. Now, I only ask these questions to Chinese suppliers because these are the issues that I tend to find. So the first question is, have your warehouses and facilities been affected by you know what? I'm not going to say the word because YouTube doesn't like it. And the reason why I'm only asking China about this is because they've continuously got problems with this right here, with really strict restrictions. So you need to know about those restrictions. Next question is, how are you dealing with these new you know what restrictions? So you know if it's increased in the processing times, is it delaying the shipping times? These are things you must know. Which products are fulfilled by you on your website and how can I check? Now, this is one of the most important, if not the most important question. Now, some of these private Chinese suppliers will say they've got their products fulfilled by them, meaning that they've got their own warehouses that they're sending the products from. Now, if that is the case, that will make the shipping times a lot faster. But if on their website they're saying it's being fulfilled by them, but it isn't, then you're not going to get good shipping times because they've got to go to another supplier, get it from them, get it into their warehouse, and then send it across. So you must know with these private suppliers, which of the products have they inventory in their own warehouse? Because if it isn't in their warehouse, my honest truth is I wouldn't use them because it makes the shipping times go really high again. The next question is, do your employees speak fluent English? Because you want to be working with people that are good with English. How do you price the shipping and product price? And this is really important because a lot of suppliers in China really try and scam you with the product costs and the shipping costs. So you want to understand a really clear pricing structure. Now, a lot of times they'll change this on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, and they'll normally email you the updates. Can I see your last 10 to 20 tracking numbers? So if they're promising really good shipping times because they're fulfilling them, so let's say from China, you can get the product to the US in, let's say, 3 to 15 days. You want to see proof, so you want to ask for this. What is the refund policy on the shipping of the cost of goods if damaged by your warehouse or your shipping provider? Now, this is really important because sometimes when you use Chinese suppliers, they've got really bad quality control in their warehouses where things can get damaged. They don't even know about it because they don't check. They send the product out, it gets delivered to your customer broken, whether it be through transit or through the warehouse problems. And if that is the case, when you come to ask for a refund, they don't refund you. So you want to know the clear refund policy if it is their fault, if the product is damaged, or if their courier damages the product. Do you check? The next question is, do you check the products to make sure they are not trademarked, patented? Do you have a trading license to sell these products? This is really important because you do not want to be selling or dropshipping products that are patented or trademarked, because then if you get caught selling them, you can get into a lot of trouble. So the first private Chinese supplier that I'd recommend is USAdrop. And the reason for their name is because they're based in China, but all the staff are from America, which means their communication is really good. Now, if you go to their website, it's completely free to sign up. They do have paid tiers, but you just need the free tier to start with. You can see once you've created an account with them, you can see the catalog of products that they're selling. Now, by looking at this list of products, you can see here it says buy USAdrop. So what does that mean? That means that those products that say buy USAdrop are in their warehouse being fulfilled by them, and they're not having to go to another place to get the product, which means the shipping times and the processing times are going to be a lot faster. You can see if you scroll down to the bottom, they've got around about 48 pages worth of their own products, which means they haven't got everything from AliExpress on here being fulfilled by them. So if you do want that, then you have to go to where it says sourcing. So when you click sourcing, you can put the AliExpress link, you can select the countries that you want to ship to, and you can ask which variants you want of the product, and they can give you a quote for the shipping costs and the product costs. But if you're selling products that are being fulfilled by USAdrop, you're looking at around about 10 to 15 days to get it to your customer. Sometimes it can be a lot faster. So the next private Chinese supplier that I'd recommend is called USAdrop, and USAdrop's completely free to use. And you can see once you've created an account and you've linked it to Shopify, you can see if you go to find products, you can see them all here. And if you go to the products, you can see buy USAdrop fulfillment. As long as it says buy USAdrop fulfillment, that means it's in in their warehouse and they're sending it directly to your customer. Now you can see here it says don't see products you're looking for from Aliexpress, you can import them in. But the downside is they're not being fulfilled by USAdrop, so it means that they're using a third party to fulfill them, and that's what will take longer. So make sure if you're going to use platforms like USAdrop, you're using their fulfilled by service. Because you can see if I choose one of the products that are being fulfilled by them, you can see if we look at the shipping times to the US regular, it's taking 10 to 15 days instead of 20 to 30 days with AliExpress. And you can see the shipping cost is $5.40, and you can just add that into your product cost and absorb it. And if you look at international, you can see 10 to 15 days is $6.90, but again, that's still quicker shipping times than AliExpress, and you can absorb the shipping cost into your product cost and make the customers pay for it. So a really cool trick you can do on USAdrop just to see all their fulfilled products by them is by going to where it says USAdrop fulfillment, clicking it, and it will only show you now the products that are being fulfilled by them. And you can see all of these are being fulfilled by them, and they've got around about 380 pages worth of products being fulfilled by them. So there's going to be surely one of them on here that you can dropship to your customer that you feel like is a solid product. So if you go into the cheat sheet, there are a few other suppliers I'd recommend privately in China like CJ Dropshipping and Spocket. So do check those ones out, but make sure if you're going to work with any of these, you ask them those questions that I've just provided for you in the cheat sheet. And the reason why it's important to check out all of the ones that I've recommended is because some of them have products fulfilled by them that some of the others don't. So if you match them all together, you're going to have a really big catalog of products from China that are being fulfilled by those warehouses that you're working with, so that way you're more likely to find a product with really good shipping times. Now the next supplier that I want to talk about is called Printful. Now this is a print-on-demand dropshipping company. So if you're somebody that's thinking about doing fashion or clothing or canvases, anything that needs digitally printing on a product, then I'd recommend something called Printful. They are the best company, the biggest company, the ones with the best infrastructure. They've got warehouses in the US, Europe, loads of different places, and they're the biggest ones in the game that are doing this. So if you head over to Printful and create an account with them, you can see if you go to products, you can see all the different products that you can sell with them: men's clothing, t-shirts, polo shirts, tank tops, women's clothing, kids clothing, accessories, home living. So you can sell candles with your logo on it. You can sell mouse pads. You can sell accessories like flip-flops, AirPod cases, iPhone cases. You got so many things like eco products, premium products. There's so much you can do with print on demand, and a lot of successful dropshippers combine print on demand with typical dropshipping to sell a wide range of products. So let's say, for example, I want to design my own custom recycled bomber jacket for my website. I can choose it in 2 different colors. I can then design it because it's embroidered, so the logo can be embroidered on here. So I can create my own custom logo and embroider on this jacket. Loads of different sizes, and you can see it can get delivered to the UK in 12 to 15 days. So this is a really powerful option for those that are looking to get into this type of drop shipping. And Printful offer embroidery, DTG printing. They offer all of the different printing options and embroidery options that you can find available on the market. Now, for those that are interested in starting a print on demand business or how it works, I've created a 4-hour video course on how you guys can use the business model, and it also teaches you how to use Printful in depth on how to design products, how to edit them, how to import them on your store. So that'll be in the cheat sheet and in the pinned comment. Now, for those that are looking for a private agent and you're looking to scale your dropshipping store and you're doing quite a lot of numbers, then in this cheat sheet, there'll be a list of loads of different agents that I'd recommend and all the steps you need to follow to work with a really good agent. And I've also got a video inside of this cheat sheet teaching you how to use private agents effectively to brand your products, to get them sent to a fulfillment center, to decrease the product cost, the shipping costs. So if you're an advanced dropshipper and you're making really good money and you want to learn how to use agents effectively, everything's inside of this cheat sheet for you guys. So make sure we hit 2,500 likes on this video, because the purpose of this video today was to teach those that are using Aliexpress not to use them anymore and to use private suppliers like the ones I've mentioned in today's video. Don't worry, for those advanced dropshippers, I've got you covered as well in the cheat sheet. Now, I also want to say in the cheat sheet, I've also listed around about 70 different suppliers that are private in different industries that you guys can use. So that's why it's important for you guys to get access to this, because there is lots of value inside of this cheat sheet. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video today. I hope you've learned so much about dropshipping supplies and logistics, and you'll learn even more by accessing this cheat sheet. Let me know what you thought of today's video in the comment section, and make sure you subscribe and like the video, as that's all I ask for in return.